Gentlemen, welcome back to our channel. My name is Striker.
My name is Luba.
And today we're going to talk about something that is very common, and that is when a guy meets a woman and the relationship is very young. When I say young, it's like maybe you've met a few times or maybe you're coming back, but you don't have months and months of time spent together. Quite often it's very common for the guy to organise a vacation or holiday to some exotic place. Now, what are your thoughts on guys doing this? Should they do it?
Of course, it depends on the guy, but most of the time after that, not just after that vacation, but in some point of time, this relationship is breaking up, and the guy is regretting this vacation because he spent a lot of money. He spent, mostly it's money, because this exotic vacation is always the guy tried to impress. So I don't think that it is very right to go on some expensive vacation if you are just on a, how did you call it, young relationship?
Yeah, and I can see why it can be very tempting to do it, because one reason is you get to stay in the same room, right? So that's one reason where it's like she's not going to be going back to her place and you're going back to your place if she lives in a city. So it's like you get to spend time together in the same room, in the same bed. And
you talk about like from your point of view, but mostly when the guy offered this trip too early, or the girls insist on this trip, and then she say, "Oh, I need a separate room." So I think that you should only go on vacation when you are considering to have an intimacy, right?
Yeah, well, that's sort of what
because a lot of guys are going and they are very upset about that, and they understand that they will not get anything, and probably this girl is not even serious about them if she is like asking for a separate room. I just don't think that you need to go on vacation together to a country like to Europe if you are just
if you're trying to go away to create a relationship, then that is wrong. So if you already have like a relationship, and I determine, say a relationship is if it's a sexual, intimate, romantic relationship, so you're having sex, okay, then you can class it as a relationship, because there has to be some line where you say we're in a relationship or not in some form of a relationship. So if you're thinking about going away, and if you think the more money you spend going to like Venice or somewhere, that it's going to bring you closer together, if you're already not close, you have no way of knowing if that's a good idea or not, and it's a gamble, because if it doesn't, then you're going to be so upset that you wasted your time, and she got a free holiday, and no doubt you bought her clothes and a handbag and all that sort of stuff, and she's got all her photos, and she's had a good time. You've got no way of telling whether she was serious or not. So and if you are dating and you've been dating, I don't know, a month or 2 months, and for some reason you haven't had sex yet, for some reason, you can just go somewhere kind of local. Get on the train and go to Lviv or Odessa or something like that, and see how that goes. Because at least it's just kind of local and it's not such a big deal.
I will put it this way, that you can go on expensive vacation when you are in a more serious relationship, and as we're not talking just that the sex make the relationship serious, but kind of, right? Okay, he always think like that, but anyway, so we're talking about serious one. But if you want to, a lot of guys are coming, and lady has so many things to do in her own city that the guy is just sitting in his hotel room waiting for her all day, then she has a dinner with him, and then she's gone. He really likes her, and he see that there is a mutual interest. I would recommend in this case, you can go somewhere local. Like, for example, you met in Kiev, you go to Odessa or Lviv, or like anywhere. We have so many beautiful places and so many like national parks and forests and mountain like ice skiing, anything. Just think what you want and Google it or ask us, and you can go with her even if it is an early stage, but you want to spend with her all day, even if you stay in the separate rooms. What happened, that happened, but you at least not spending that much money, but you have chance to spend that amount of time, just you and her. But when you are in and also that would be good like for the first vacation together, no matter like how close you are, because why would you spend so much money on a person that you're not like 100% sure, right?
Yeah, and when it comes to, even if like, because a lot of guys get upset. I've spoken to a bunch of guys now, and he's booking the place in Fiji, or not Fiji, in Thailand or something like that, and then she hits him with the big bomb. the big bombshell. She wants separate beds, or she wants a separate room, and he's all of a sudden, right, that's it, I'm out here. Like, but the way to think about it is that she, in her own mind, for her to sleep with you, she has to think of it as basically a win. So she has to think, well, but at this point, this early in the relationship, she may not see that value in you for the long term. So even by her saying I'll sleep in another bed, doesn't mean that she will sleep in another bed. I guarantee after you spend a day or two together and she thinks that you're absolutely amazing, I'm pretty certain that she's going to be in the same bed. And she doesn't want to feel like she's like, a slut, basically. That she's going to just give it up like that. She doesn't want the guy to think that she's that way, or maybe her friends, if they're asking her questions. If you really do like her and you really feel as though there is some sort of intimacy, maybe obviously not sex yet, and she wants to stay in another bed or another room, just do it. If you play your cards right, by the first night she'll be in your room. You'll be drinking wine on the balcony, looking at the sun. Next thing you know.
Such romantic. Yes, and your first vacation together should be something more, if you like each other, then no matter what you do together, it's always cool, it's always special.
Yeah.
And it will build, even if you go and, help some homeless dogs together, it will make these memories and will put you together if it meant to be. So first vacation, I would not recommend to go somewhere where you're gonna spend a lot of money, buy her a lot of gifts, and that you will regret. If the first vacation goes well together, then you always can plan. And also it can show you, because I don't think that there's any guy who want the girl who is like already spoiled, who is like, no, I only want expensive vacation, I only want Italy, I only want Paris. Where's my Paris? I want the dinner over on a Eiffel Tower. You don't want such a girl. You want somebody who will appreciate what you are willing to create for two of you.
Yeah, and the thing is too, is like if your first holiday together is to like Milan or somewhere really expensive, well, that's the benchmark that you've set now. The next holiday, where do you think you're going next? You're going somewhere even better until eventually you'll.
And also a lot of, I have recently I have a guy who had this problem because he wanted to go to one place in Ukraine. They kind of agree about that, and then she wanted to go only to Italy because she wanted to show how much she will spend. Like she actually basically almost told him that I want, why am I going to Lviv, not Italy? Am I not deserving it? But the thing is that if you guys don't know how to make an excuse on that, if you worry about that, if you think like, I don't want her to think that I'm cheap, just sounds cool. Tell her that, I came to Ukraine, I come from other parts of the world, I want to explore Ukraine. I'm here, I heard that Lviv is very cultural, I heard that Odessa has a nice beach, I heard that Kiev has a lot of historical stuff, I heard that Vinnytsia has interesting fountains. So you pay, you have to make a choice and you have to make a decision. You are the man and you invite her on vacation. If she wants to join, she join. If no,
yeah, and you have to think, like a lot of guys are doing this because they're looking for a traditional woman, and any traditional woman who, truly traditional, is proud of her country, and she would want to show someone around her country. If she wants to get out of this country and go to somebody else's culture and country because it's more glitz and glamour and it's better for Instagram or whatever, that's not the type of woman that you, well, maybe it is, but for most guys, it's ask yourself, is that what you, and it may be what you want, but most guys, that's not what you want, and chances are, it's not what you'd end up getting in the end anyway. It'll just be possibly.
And definitely, like, you probably never been somewhere abroad and it's like what she told you and you want to surprise her. But trust me, first has to be something that will be just for memories, and that will, like, she need to appreciate anything you do, because anyway you pay for that, anyway you make an effort, anyway you're coming, so you are the man, you have to be in charge. Yeah,
and I'll just finish on this. I actually went when I was in one city, and I actually went to Dnipro with a girl that I just started dating like 1 week. And we stayed there for a week, and it was snowing, it was freezing cold, and it was like one of the best weeks of my life. Like, it was just such a simple, and it was snowing, there was ice sculptures everywhere, where there was these little bars under the ground and stuff like that. And it cost next to nothing to go there. Next to nothing. And it was like one of the best times. And probably, like, if you think about romance, you probably couldn't get a more
romantic.
Yeah, it was so good. So you don't have to spend a lot of money. If she expects you to spend money, well, either spend it or get rid of it.
If it is something that you're looking for, go for it. But
that's our thoughts anyway. Yeah. Okay.
If you have any questions, please ask. And if you are being in the situation that the girl asks you for a vacation and you want to share, just comment below, and we're gonna give our comments about that as well.
Okay, cool.
Thank you for watching.
We'll see you guys next time.
Bye bye.